Hello and welcome to Set, a channel for intelligent and curious people like you. And in my previous video, I promised that in this video, I'll talk about the creation of a humanoid robot, a step-by-step process. Okay, but before we proceed, let me tell you two things. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, also thanks for your support. I'm grateful for your support. Secondly, I have created a membership zone. Consider joining there just to support Wooden Slate for 50 cents per month, less than 50 cents per month. So, you want to create a humanoid robot using artificial intelligence, but think about it because it's a very complex process and it's not a job of one person. One cannot, most probably, one cannot single handedly create a humanoid robot that can mimic humans or in the future will become human or replace humans. As I said, it involves a complex process involving multiple stages. So I can give you a general overview so that one day, if you really plan to build a human robot with your teammates, you can do that. At least you can remember that, okay, one day one person, someone talks about it. Okay. So it starts with conceptualization and design. That is the first step. So defining the purpose. What is the purpose of creation a robot? Determine the intended use of the robot. That means for what kind of what is your intention? I mean the robot's intention, the use of robot. What for intent? What is the intended use? That means whether you will use it for research, whether you will use it for adult entertainment, or whether you will use it for industrial tasks. And there are a lot of other intentions are there. I'm not talking about it. I'm not going into detail. You can guess there are a lot of other intentions which might include some bad intentions. I'm not just I don't want to talk about them in detail. Next comes the designing the physical form. So you need to create a blueprint for the robot structure. That means what will be its size, the shape, what kind of materials you will use, etc. Next comes the capabilities part. That means you need to define its capabilities. So what types of functions you want them to do, want the robots to do, you need to define that. Desired functions and behaviors, such as walking, running, talking, object manipulation, or problem solving. Next comes the number two in this tier. Number two tier is hardware development. You know, hardware, of course, you need a lot of hardwares, different types of hardwares. I'll talk about them separately. So if you're really interested, don't worry about it. First of all, component selection. Choose appropriate actuators. Actuators are motors, actually. So you need to choose appropriate actuators first, motors. Next, you need to choose appropriate sensors. That means cameras, microphones, because your robot should grab data, receive data, process data, and store data. So you need sensors like cameras, microphones, etc. And a microcontroller or computer, right? Then comes mechanical assembly. That means you need to construct the robot's body, including different joints, limbs, head. Of course, head is a very crucial part here. Then comes the electrical wiring part. Just like any another machine, you need to connect the components to create a functional system. In this tier, the number three is software development. You know, software plays a big role in any kind of robot creation because without artificial intelligence algorithms, you cannot think of anything. So developers select different types of artificial intelligence algorithms, AI algorithms, for tasks like perception, decision making, control, and so and so. Next comes programming. So programming, that means write code to implement those algorithms so that your robots could follow those instructions properly and control the robot's hardware. Because, you know, what is the role of programming? The role of programming is nothing but to talk to your hardware. So the hardware can follow the instructions you are given to them. Whatever language you use, whether you use Python or R or something else, you need to write the code to implement those algorithms. Next comes this in this tier integration. That means combining the hardware and software components to create a cohesive system. Tier number 4 is testing and refinement. Initial testing comes first. Evaluate the robot's basic functions and identify any issues. That means if there any glitch, any technical error, or something else, so that we can handle it, so that we can solve it, and we can replace it with another code or something like that. Calibration. That means adjusting the robot's parameters to optimize its performance. Then comes iterative improvement. What is that? It continuously refines the robot's capabilities through testing and feedback. Because it's a very lengthy process, so you need to be patient. It takes time, and of course, it's not a job for one person. I again say. Tier number 5 comes learning and adaptation. Because your robot should collect data, gather data from the robot's interactions with the environment, and you need to do that also. Data collection. Algorithm training. That means use machine learning techniques to train the AI algorithms on the collected data. That means you gather data from the robot's interactions with the environment. Then you use machine learning algorithms or techniques to train those data on the train those collected data so that it can learn more. Just like human, we learn every day. In fact, every day our learning process picks up, goes up, and the adaptation, which is very important. Think about us. We adapt with our environment. So you need to enable your robot to learn and adapt its behavior over time. So there should be a time frame, isn't it? Because the time required to create a humanoid robot can vary significantly depending on factors such as complexity. If your robot is a simple robot, then it will take less time. If its complexity level is higher, the level of sophistication is higher. If you want to replace humans with your robot, then it should be the most complex robot in the world, so it will take more time. It depends on capabilities desired, basically, isn't it? What type of capabilities you need to incorporate into your robots depend, and the complexity rises with that. Then comes the resources, the availability of funding, personnel, that means your teammates, your collaborators, and of course equipments. A lot of money is there required, and so you need to buy a lot of equipments, hardwares. You need to hire people who can write code, something like that. Research and development, because the need for new breakthroughs of AI or robotics in another part of the world, you need to keep up with that. You need to keep up your pace with that, so that you get that information immediately, so that you can incorporate those new findings into your robots and it works. So a simple robot with limited capabilities might be developed in a few months, whether you believe it or not. Yes, simple robot, very simple robot. It will not replace humans, of course. Simple robot like simple tasks, but highly advanced humanoid robot could take several years or even decades. Yes, even decades. That means 12 years minimum. Okay. So this is a general overview, and the specific steps and timeline can vary depending on the project. Additionally, The development of humanoid robots is an ongoing field of research, and new technologies and techniques are evolving each day, every day. So constantly, it is constantly emerging. So that is it from today, for today from me, and I hope it helps give you some idea about how to create a robot, a step-by-step process, a beginner's guide, like something like that. So if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the bell icon for more insightful content, share with your friends if you like it, and hit the bell icon, and consider joining us to support Wooden Slate. See you next time. Till then, goodbye. Sorry, at the end of the day. Take care and stay safe.